Finance for Wednesday, January. Oh, okay, sorry. Aloha. I'd like to call our meeting to order on the Committee on Budget and Finance for Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. At this time, I'd like to introduce those that are joining me today from my staff. I have Pohai Ryan. To my left is the Board Attorney, Naivi Wardeman. My Vice Chair will be here any second, which is John Waihee. And substitute today is Mark Watanabe. Mahalo, Mark, for stepping in as my second aide is ill and unable to join us this morning. At this time, I'd like to ask for roll call, please.
Trustee Akaka.
Oh, Ahuna. Gotta call Ahuna, yeah. Or ill.
Can I hear? Can I hear?
Ahuna is
Trustee
excused.
Akina.
Aloha mai.
Trustee Alapa. Trustee Galutaria will be late, joining us virtually. Trustee Lindsay.
Present.
Trustee Souza. Trustee Waihee. Chair Kai Kahele and Trustee Ahuna is excused. You have quorum.
Mahalo. At this time, I'd like to call the meeting to order at 11:19 a.m. At this time, as we are entering this new year at our new Committee on Budget and Finance, I'd like to just read, just for those who are joining us, because they may not know and understand what this particular committee is made up of. And I'll just quickly go over this. Number 1A, the Budget and Finance Committee shall handle all fiscal and budgetary matters and ensure proper management, planning, evaluation, the use of OHA's trust funds. B, develop policies that strengthen OHA's fiscal controls and financial management. C, review, approve, or disapprove appropriate grants that support OHA's overall mission. D, evaluate OHA program to determine their effectiveness to decide whether to continue, modify, or terminate a program. E, in consultation with the chairperson of Committee on Beneficiary Advocacy and Empowerment, carry out the recruitment and selection of OHA administrator. And finally, F, provide oversight of special councils or commissions as assigned by the board. Joining the trustees today is our COO, Kapunui Kehaulani Pu'u, along with her support staff. I'd like to call on our COO to announce the administrative staff joining us this morning.
Mahalo, Chair Lapa. So with us today, we have Chief Financial Officer Ramona Hing, Endowment Director Ryan Lee, Financial Analyst Grace Chen, Interim Corporation Counsel Everett Ota, Interim Senior Legal Counsel Nichi Ozawa, Senior Director of Hawaiian Cultural Affairs Hailama Fardin, Director of Education and Culture-Based Learning Ku'ule Anuhea Awo Chan, Director of Communications Bill Brennan, Interim IT Manager Kevin Chalk, and IT Systems Engineer and Administrator Arlene Aguinaldo.
Mahalo, Kapunui. As we look at item number 2, approval of minutes for January 8th, 2025. This is deferred to the Budget and Finance Committee meeting that will be taking place on February 5th, 2025. Pohai, are there any registered to testify in this matter?
Yes, we have 5 testifiers registered at this time for this meeting today.
Okay, as a reminder to our testifiers, I'm sorry, this will be the testifiers for our new business, but I'd like to set a reminder. The public testimony should be limited to matters listed on the meeting agenda and will occur prior to any listed items conclusion or vote. If you begin to address any other issues not on today's meeting agenda, the BF chair will call you out of order and direct you to limit your testimony to items listed on the agenda. Testifiers' mics will be unmuted when it is your turn to testify. If you're not audible, you will be muted, and the next testifier will. Oral testimony online will be limited to 5 minutes. Your mic will be automatically muted once you've completed your oral testimony or if your allotted time for testimony expires. Please log off after testifying, otherwise staff will notify you. At this time, we're on item number 3. Follow along. We have unfinished business. Seeing that we have none, we'd like to move on to item 4. This is on to new business. Yes, and at this time, do we have any testifiers for new business? For action item BF 2501.
Yes, we have one testifier registered.
Mahalo.
Oh,
At-
I'm sorry, that's an error. We do have people online, though. Are they ready? Are there any testifiers online waiting to speak on this action item? Please raise your hand. No, none at this time. None at this time for this action item, Chair.
Okay, mahalo. I'd like to call upon, at this time, our CFO, Ramona Hink, as she'll be discussing action item BF 25-01, our OHA Biennium budget for the fiscal biennium periods 2023-24 and 2024 to 2025 FY25. Realignment number 3, approval of core and non-core budget alignments. At this time, Ramona Hink.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, Chair Alapa, Vice Chair, oh, he's not here, trustees, and esteemed colleagues. First on the docket is the OHA biennial budget for the fiscal biennial periods, fiscal 24 and 25, realignment number 3, core and non-core realignments. Grace Chen is attending this meeting with me. She is the financial and reporting analyst and co-prepared this action item. She has been with OHA, crunching out the budgets for 7 years, knows where all the bodies are hidden and buried, and is my right hand in the office. Pohai and Mark are assisting me with the presentation. I've outlined certain sections in the AI that call out major changes in the budget realignment number 3 as compared to budget realignment 2, and that's in the presentation. Okay, so if we could go to page 2 of the action item for some background. The fiscal biennial budget for fiscal year 24 and 25 was approved June 29th, 2023. Subsequent to that, action item RM 24-04, budget realignment number 1, was approved February 1st, 2024. Budget realignment 1 was for fiscal 24 only. Budget realignment 2, approved May 23rd, 2024, was for fiscal 24 and 25. The major changes of each budget realignments are explained here and on page 3. This budget realignment number 3 is for fiscal 24 and fiscal 25 and is for core and non-core adjustments. So the highlights of realignment 3 are, for fiscal 24, the major reason we need a budget realignment is because of a 442 retroactive payment requests by the state for other post-employment benefits or OPEB. 442,000 is OHA's share of the medical post-retirement benefit that was inadvertently not in effect in the HIP system from August 4th, 2023 to January 5, 2024. I was made aware of this payment on or around October of 2024, and with the elections and hold on the meetings, this is the first opportunity to bring this adjustment to the board. There is no impact to the budget, as excess budget will be repurposed for the programs to pay for the retroactive OPEB payment. Another adjustment to the fiscal 24 budget was an increase of 5 million to reflect the Maui wildfire disaster aid approved in BOT 23-07 from carryover grant funds from fiscal 22 and 23 to fiscal 24. So if we could go to page 4 of the action item, this is the spending limit calculation for fiscal 24. Note, besides truing up the commercial property revenue to actuals, the other OHA program revenues to actuals, the only significant change is the increase of the spending limit of $5 million for the Maui wildfire disaster grant carry forward. Okay, are there any questions? For fiscal 24, well, that, I'll go through that and the spending limit for fiscal 25, because we carried over to fiscal 25, the remaining. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, page 5, please. Page 5 is the total operating budget for fiscal 24. The net change in the core personnel category is for the OPED payment of 442,000 adjustment and a 251,000 adjustment for the COLA payments that were made in December of 2024. The COLA payment was done via a budget adjustment as opposed to a budget realignment, which was not required for the COLA payment. The OPED payment can be done by repurposing excess budgets from the programs. Therefore, there is no impact to the fiscal 24 budget. The net change in the core non-personnel category is for the Maui wildfire grants carry over from fiscal 22 and 23. Since the spending limit in total increased by 5 million and the total operating budget increased by 5 million, there is no impact to the fiscal 24 budget. On page 6, please. Table 3 on this page shows the core operating budget increase of $5 million. So you could refer to the footnotes explanation provided for each category on the report. Are there any questions for budget realignment, for the budget realignment for fiscal 24? Next one. Next page. Okay.
So sorry.
So if we go to page 9 of the action item now, I'll go through the major budget changes for fiscal 25. Page 9 is a spending limit calculation for fiscal 25. There are 2 increases to the spending limit. The carryover of the remaining budget of 4.1 million from fiscal 24 to fiscal 25 for the Maui wildfire disaster aid funds not used in fiscal 24 and carried forward to fiscal 25 for awarding. And the 772,000 Army Readiness and Environmental Protection Integration Federal Grant to cover the estimated projected expenses for fiscal 25. So those are the 2 increases to the spending limit for fiscal 25.
Chair Hulu.
I just want to know what are they doing at Kukani Local that is that we're receiving these federal funds for? I think that's a plus, but I'm not aware of any project.
So it's a federal REPI grant that stands for Restoration and Environmental Protection Integration. So we applied along with our partners, Civic Club, UH is a part of this. And so they're working, we're just at the beginning, I guess, of this plan, but wait, hold on real quick. I can give you like some specifics. But the plan is to do some planting, restoration, assessing what is possible in terms of agricultural development, and then also barriers like protection around not the hail, the birthing stones itself. And then, let me see, here's just
And
a
it's
quick
with the
update.
Army.
Yeah, so it's a federal grant from Department of Defense. So just as of what, November, December, we've submitted a notice to proceed for this grant. And Ulumai Ka'ulula'au, so they have a project that is initiating 500. So we initiated a project, we started 500 koa will be planted out in Wahiwa. And that's just, again, part of the project. And with this, we're working with partners, with other partners. Hope that was helpful.
Okay, proceeding on page 11, please. This is the total operating budget for fiscal '25. So the increases are a net increase in the core personnel category for 516,000, and these are for personnel costs, which include 65 to 66 fringe rate. And this is for vacant, unfilled positions that were not budgeted in budget realignment number 2. The net change in the core non-personnel category is for 4.1 million for the Maui wildfire grant carryover from fiscal '24. In addition is a $200,000 for the due diligence on the potential state land transfers. Huh? So that was, can I get to that once I show all the increases? Okay. The net increase in the commercial property section, 501 Sumner Street budget the increased budget request was $42,000. 30,000 to cover unbudgeted repairs to the Evalay Business Center to make it lease ready, and 12,000 to cover projected shortfalls in the debt service of the loan on the property. And the last increase was for the federal funded REPI grant of 772,000, which are the estimated expenses for the grant in fiscal '25. So in summary, the core budget increases are being funded through excesses in our spending limit and the grant budget carryover from fiscal '24. The non-core federal budget increase is being funded from the REPI federal grant, and the commercial property budget increase is being funded from excess net income at the property. Pages 12 to 14 are detailed tables that explain each expense category of the core and non-core programs. Oh. You mean the balance? Oh, I'm sorry. We don't, I can get you the balance.
I have I have an update. So we have including fiscal year '24 and '25, expended 3 million. Oh my, wait, this is under board directive. So $3,292,000, and that's been awarded to over 500 beneficiaries. So we will have a small
you.
balance after yeah.
Okay, that's it. Any questions on the budget realignment?
Trustees, any questions here?
I don't have a question, but I was thinking regarding Maui and all the progress thus far and the kokua that we have aided out into the community. I think it's also important for us to share on that and be able to keep our communities updated and to know that it's even available to them. So I think that we should look at sharing that via our website, social media, maybe however is the best way to share that throughout the community on the island as well.
The deadline is done.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
When did it end?
December 31st.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the update. I think though that we should still share in what we did so people
Mhm.
can feel good about the kokua and the kakao that we've done and who we collaborated with too. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
So, Madam Chair?
Trustee Wahehe,
Madam Chair, I'd like to move to approve the fiscal biennium budget realignment number 3 for the fiscal biennium periods 2023 to 2024 and 2024 to 2025 as summarized at attachment number 1.
Second.
second with Trustee Akina. We have any discussion on this? Hearing none, call for the vote, please.
Trustee Akaka,
Aye.
Trustee Aquino,
Aye.
Chair Lapa.
Aye.
Is Trustee Galutaria aboard yet? Trustee Lindsay,
Aye.
Trustee Souza, and Trustee Wahe.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo. Moving on to item 5. I'm sorry, 4. 4. This is for action item 2502.
Madam
Do you
Chair?
have any testifiers for action item BF 25-02?
Yes, we have one registered testifier. Kahoku Lindsay Asing.
Is she here in person? Oh, he's here.
Oh.
It's a he. Sorry. Welcome, Kahoku.
I think it's on. Hello, nui kako. Eomai Kio Kokulinzia Singh, and I'm the Pelekikana of Kio the brand. And I mahalo you folks for having us here and inviting us an opportunity to imi I kako'o and really look for support for our Paikaleo 2025. Kio the brand is an organization that supports normalizing Olelo Hawaii through different community engagement activities and events. And Paikaleo will be entering our second year this Saturday. And we're so excited. Last year, we were grateful for the support of OHA in providing hakuone. And I think it was a really good turnout with 3,000 attendees. Being that it is a free event, we had 3,000 attendees. We had Luana Alapa sharing opening remarks. And then I think at the time, we had just started as Kill the Brand. So this year, we're excited to move Paikaleo to Kapi'olani Community College at Makahiapo Lawn, where we can better suit the amount of attendees, ohana, keiki, and kumu that come to enjoy and really just olala Hawaii and enjoy the night together. So yeah, mahalo nui.
Mahalo nui. Do we have any questions?
I just want to mahalo you all for what you do to normalize our olelo makuahine within our community and throughout our really our world, because as we know, many of our people are beyond our shores here. So I just want to mahalo you, and any other details that you feel that would be good for us to know, or those that are tuning in, please do share with us to draw more people in.
Have any more testifiers? Mahalo.
No,
Mahalo.
I'll share a little bit more. So I think in a nutshell, or going back, I believe we're all familiar with the Ahamele Ho'omau series that used to take place at the Shell, the Waikiki Shell. The Mana'o Nui, or the purpose of that concert, was really to provide a safe space and a fundraising opportunity for our Kula Kaiapuni, Kula Ahapuna Naleo, and Kula Kaya Olelo, all of our Hawaiian language speaking schools on Oahu. There was a brief moment of rest during COVID. And so when thinking about how we can support all of our schools and all of our kumu, we thought about Paikaleo and bringing back Ho'omau, rebranded, re-envisioned so that it can succeed for many generations. As we know, Ho'omau Maui supports many of our schools on Maui, and then we have Pulama Mauliola on Hawaii Island, supporting Navahi and all of the Kula Kaipuni there. So being able to provide this platform for our Kula really takes off the burden from them, and we do all the hard work as Kill the Brand. It's not a fundraising effort for our organization, which is why we're seeking opportunities for Kala and Kako'o to just subsidize all the things that we need to provide from stage, lighting, sound, and event specifics. But we're excited. This year we have about 14 Kula participating. I think Ke Kula Kaipuni o Anuenue is the biggest at 300 haumana that will take the stage. We have Ahemalie opening up our set, and then we have the Vitals. I believe they're a popular hui amongst all of our Kaiapuni kids right now, but we're excited to share space again with all of our Haumana and Ohana Olelo Hawaii.
Mahalo nui ka hoku. Much. Are there any more testifiers? Okay, at this time, I'd like to call upon our COO, Kehahu, to discuss the action item of BF 2502.
Hi, aloha. So administration is recommending approval of this sponsorship request. The request was originally for $15,000. However, in budget, and so it calamite because we added that to the agenda. However, upon review of the budget, we decreased it by 5K because our 24, so grants cannot be used for entertainment. But we would really like to kako'o this organization in making this event happen. I do want to just say a couple words. First of all, kalamai that we have this and another one that's coming up with such a short turnaround, similar to Mona's explanation for bringing the budget realignment, to this meeting. We did have elections and a pause in BOT meetings, and so thus the reason for again the need for quick decision making. So mahalo, Chair, for including this in today's agenda, and to our board chair for including it on tomorrow's agenda. But
Come.
aye.
All right, this time I'd like to ask for a call for motion for action item BF 25-02.
Can that be put on the screen so I can read it, please?
So move. Do we have any discussion? Right, hearing none. Oh gosh, sorry.
Trustee Akaka,
Aye.
Trustee Akina, Chair Lapa, Trustee Lindsay,
Aye.
Trustee Souza, Trustee Wahe.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo pohai. At this time, we have anyone testifying today for our next action item, BF 25-03.
There's one registered testifier who is testifying virtually.
Or
Keolamai Kalani Dean.
Aloha Keola.
Aloha.
All right, Keola, you may go ahead.
Aloha nui e kako. I'm Keolamai Kalani Dean. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of King Lunalilo Home and the King Lunalilo Trust. And I want to mahalo you for considering our sponsorship proposal today. We have asked for $15,000 in sponsorship for an event, a fundraiser event that we are holding on January 30th at 5 p.m. This is our first fundraiser event of this nature Previously, and the last time we held this was in January, or in January of 2020, right before the COVID pandemic. We had a luau, and we would previously hold these as luau events on our campus. After that specific event, we lost 3 kupuna. And, if you recall, that was right as the COVID virus was circulating, and before the shutdowns and that took place in March of that same year. And so we made the difficult decision to not hold it on our campus in order to keep our kupuna safe, because that just January is the height of all of the flu season, the cold season. Everything is circulating around that time. And so that is why this is not being held on campus. It's a different type of event now. So it's an evening event. And we are inviting, having different sponsors, different organizations are coming that evening. And our keynote speaker will be former Governor Waihe'e. And so he will be sharing some of his mana'o on King Lunalilo. And I will also be sharing our mana'o as an organization on where we are heading in going forward. This event is also the first time, since it is the first time that we've had this event since the COVID pandemic. We are also going to be giving mahalo to our 2 trustees who have since termed out. And so that will be Kamani Kuala'au and Harvey McInerney. So this, we're doing several things at this event to try to catch up with our community relations and helping the community understand where we're going, and also in just bringing the community together with respect to kupuna care. And so with that, I have, submitted the answers to the questions regarding the alignment with your strategic plan and strategic goals and outcomes, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Mahalo.
Trustees, any questions? Thank you. Mahalo very much, Keola, for being here and to share with us your event, and very happy to hear from you. At this time, are there any more testifiers for this action item?
No.
At this time, I'd like to call upon our COO, Kihau Hu'u, who will be discussing action item BF 25-03.
Mahalo, Chair Alapa. So administration is recommending approval of funding for this event. I think Keola spoke well already about the intent, and we are aware of Lunalilo Home's mission. I do want to share that Lunalilo Home events were a budget line item that was part of action item 23-17. So funds were set aside in the amount of $15,000 in June 2023 to support Lunalilo Home. So this has been known as, quote, a legacy event, unquote. Mahalo.
Do we have any more testifiers or discussion on this?
Madam
Again, at this time, I'd like to call them for the motion on action item BF 25-03.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve the event sponsorship
Second.
for the 2025 King Lunalilo Trust 2025 Aha'aina Ho'oulu'ulu Kala Nokalani Lunalilo event.
Second.
Wow. We have a second from Trustee Akaka, and motion is moved by Trustee. Call for discussion. Right, hearing none. Have roll call, please.
Trustee Akaka.
I and mahalo nui Keola for all the good work that you do.
Trustee Akina.
Aye. And
Just
mahalo in Keola.
Trustee Alapa.
Aye.
Trustee Lindsay.
Aye.
Trustee Souza. Trustee Wahere.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo nui loa.
Congratulations. All right, at this time, moving on to our next action item, BF 25-04. Do we have any testifiers, Pohai?
Yes, we have one in-person testifier, Malia Sanders, registered.
Mahalo. Malia? There she is.
Aloha, Malia Sanders, Executive
Aloha.
Director of the Native Hawaiian Hospitality Association. Mahalo nui trustees for allowing me the opportunity to share an event that we have upcoming. Ho'okipa Hawaii Weekend is a free 2-day family-friendly cultural event dedicated to the inclusion of Hawaiian culture and knowledge systems through the medium of Hawaiian culture. This is going to be our second year, and it is really a collaboration of all of NAHA's programs that we do throughout the year. Last year it was attended by over 10,000 people a day in foot traffic. There are many, many components to this event. We have programming happening on center stage in the middle of Helemoa with keiki hula, wahipana presentations. We have also Kavika Trash Trio performing Hawaiian music throughout the day. And then on the third floor, we have, in partnership with In Peace, we were able to buy out their In Peace exhibit for the weekend so that it's completely free to members of the public who would attend. The other aspect of the event is we are creating a fourth floor area where we will invite 50 Native Hawaiian entrepreneurs as vendors in this 2-day event on February 15th and 16th. While tourism certainly brings its fair share of challenges to our community, the one thing that I would like to share about our event is that it is completely Native Hawaiian practitioners and vendors who are present participating. And it's part of circular economy practices, and it's an opportunity to bring economic prosperity, sustainability, and social justice to our Native Hawaiian community and the Lahui. NAHA seeks your support as we execute our second annual Ho'okipa Hawaii Weekend event next month. And it's our shared mission to malama the Native Hawaiian community, and it directly aligns to many of the strategies of OHA's mission and vision for Hawaii. While we are still in the midst of our planning, we have already secured more than 35 practitioners of Hawaiian culture, of various cultural arts, and 35 more Native Hawaiian entrepreneurs to get us to our goal of 100 vendors. From those that put up the tents for our event, to security, to private security that we hire of off-duty officers at HPD, almost every single part of this event is executed by Native Hawaiians. And so it's a completely circular, this is how we wanted to do it. And while it excludes some members of our community, I think it also provides a lot of value and authenticity to what we're trying to do. So mahalo nui for your time, and I'm happy to take any questions.
Trustees? Mahalo, thank you so much, Malia, for being here and sharing
So no
your
mahalo
event.
you too, and all the things that you folks have been doing through the years. And I'm just so impressed in hearing how you folks are evolving, and just how you're going about this event, with you keeping in mind at the very top of mind is employing our Native Hawaiians and our Hawaiian practitioners. Mahalo nui.
Thank you so much, Justin.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
At this time, I have a call for the motion for action item BF 25-04.
Madam Chair, I move
Trustee
that we
Lindsay.
approve OHA funding for the sponsorship for the Native Hawaiian Hospitality Association's Ho'okipa Hawaii Weekend on February 15 and 16 in the amount of 15,000.
Second.
A second? Oh, Trustee Akaka. For discussion?
Call for the vote.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kihau. I didn't mean to skip you. Did we have you discuss this particular item, please?
Yes,
BF 25-04.
So our recommendation is captured in the action item. We do, recommend approval for this event.
Okay.
In support of Native Hawaiians, that definitely demonstrates alignment to our strategic plan. And the sponsorship benefit levels are also captured in our action items. So we do kako all this.
Mahalo. Thank you so much. Sorry, I skipped over
Olipilikia.
you. Kalamai.
Thank you.
Is there any more discussion on this? All right, hearing none, let's call for the vote.
Trustee Akaka,
Aye.
trustee Akina,
Aye.
trustee Alapa,
Aye.
trustee Lindsay,
Aye.
trustee Souza, and trustee Wahehe.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo. All right, moving on. Do we have anyone testifying on action item BF 2505?
Yes, we have a testifier in person, Venus Kau'i Okavikio Rossetti Medeiros.
Aloha Venus. Welcome.
So I am, oh, come Laura. I am the CEO and president of Halekipa. I'm here to testify and ask support from OHA in supporting our fifth pa'ina, our annual pa'ina, to help support Halekipa in fundraising, to help keep our programs going. As you know, our government contracts do not cover all of the costs that it takes to run our programs. In fact, out of 70 of the organizations that's part of the True Cost Coalition, 91% say that we do not meet, the government's contract do not cover the amount of what it takes to run our programs. We're one of them, Halekipa. We have several programs that we run, 4 major buckets. One of them is residential for young people who are homeless, who are transitioning out of the prison system, some of them who are just getting kicked out of their home. These young people, 70% in our residential for child welfare services, our emergency shelters, are Native Hawaiian, 70%. In our transitional homes from 18 to 24, 100% are Native Hawaiian young people. And these are young people, if they don't have Halekipa to go to, they would be homeless. So we are the only organization that also provides not only a home for them to live in, but we provide work training, job skills. We help them with life skills, financial literacy, and savings. So when they leave our program, they have enough money to be self-sufficient. We also do housing first vouchers, so they're able to get into a house on their own. But we train them. It takes time, right, for them to learn the skills and the life skills that they need. We also do outreach programs to prevent young people to get into the juvenile justice system, as well as homelessness and all of the domestic violence, all of that. So we teach them about healthy relationships. And then our last one is we do mental health. We do mental health counseling for all of our young people that come through. We serve over 1,200 young people a year. Once again, majority Native Hawaiian young people. So if we don't fundraise, that's that much less. And I always look at our Hawaiian kids too, that much young people that we won't be able to serve. So this is something that we'd like to be just doing our work, but we have to go out and fundraise. So our annual pa'ina, we only have one. We're 55 years old. This is only our 5th fundraiser that we've ever done. I have been the CEO for 3 years, and going out there and seeing as much as we can to expand our services. And I asked Laura to come and share a little bit about our event itself.
Mahalo, trustees, for allowing us to have a little bit of a voice at your table. But yeah, our Paina, it's a humble, beautiful Hawaiian vintage event. We have about 200 people that we can provide capacity for. And it's an opportunity to have an up close and personal opportunity to listen to some of our young people and talk about their experience and share how grateful they are to have had an opportunity to not only find other fellow young people that they can connect to, but a village of people, a village of adults who show them you matter. No matter what life you've had or couldn't have had so far, you matter. And we're going to do everything possible to help create a journey so that you can continue to thrive, not just survive, but to thrive. So we humbly ask for your assistance for this beautiful event and maybe some presence of your faces with us, and to celebrate the great work and accomplishments that not only our staff do every single day with their heart and full of aloha, but to also hear the beautiful stories of our young people.
And with this sponsorship, real quick, it's a table, so we would love to have you come, 10 of you, to fill these seats so that you can learn a little bit more about Halekipa. And also, we have, for the first time, giving out awards this year. And we have 3 awards that's going to be given out, and all 3 recipients of our awards are Native Hawaiian.
Trustee Kaka?
Mahalo. I want to say mahalo anui for all that you folks do, and mahalo for welcoming us. And we had our Oahu Island, one of our site visits at Halekipa on the west side. I think it's safe to say on behalf of all of us that we were just so impressed. We were so in awe of the facilities that you have there, all the aloha that you put into helping our keiki, some of the most vulnerable of our Hawaiian community and our Hawaii community. And having attended one of your events previously, I was so moved to learn of the lived experiences of those that were so brave in sharing some of their part of their life, and how resilient they are and how much they are now, I believe, working within your entity to help others that have unfortunately experienced trafficking or whatever hardships they have had. And I want to mahalo you as well for furthering the message and highlighting how much of our Native Hawaiian community is affected by human trafficking, and some of the most sad statistics that are out there that affect our people that many of us are not aware of because we live the lives that we do, and it's not at the forefront of what we see on the day to day. But you folks do that work, and you are able to share it with us, and you do it with such aloha, and I want to mahalo you for that. Thank you so much.
Mahalo, Trustee Akaka. And just so you know, we were able to open up Hale Ho'opakele, which is our new sex trafficking residential shelter, and they're all Native Hawaiian.
Is that on the
Yeah.
same campus, or is that elsewhere?
No, it's in Ewa, but it's in a residential area. We want to make them feel like they're at home, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, we choose real homes to put them in.
Well, in advance, I would like to see if it's possible for us to do a site visit there, maybe
Absolutely.
this year soon. Mahalo.
I would like to ask a question, Venus, regarding if there's a wish list you folks could have, what would be the top of that list for you?
Oh, my wish list. How much time we got?
A couple minutes.
So my wish list is I would actually want to take them out of some of our shelters and create a Native Hawaiian kauhale, which is based on our traditional kauhale system that our kupuna, I think there was a lot of, our Ike kupuna is so rich, like how we had created that kauhale system. I would like to do that for Halekipa. So I'm currently looking for some aina, and I'm writing some proposals to make that a reality for our young people.
Have you looked at DHHL?
Not yet. Oh, no, I did. I did call. Yeah, I did. And then this challenge right now is that 50% of the young people, they have to be Hawaiian. Like all of them have to be 50% Hawaiian, which not all of our kids are 50% Hawaiian. You know, they're Hawaiian, they're not 50%. So I think there's some things that they have to figure out.
Thank you very much.
I know.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For being here and sharing your wonderful program. I just wish there was more we could do to help because I know there's many more yet to turn away. And sad to see that. But I hope and pray that more fundraisers or whatever we can do to help would be fruitful for you folks, that you will do well in 25 and beyond. Mahalo for being here.
Mahalo. Mahalo.
I would like to call upon our COO, Kehaupu, to discuss our action item, BF 2505.
Hi, aloha. So administration does recommend approval of OHA funding for this event. I think Venus and her colleagues spoke volumes to the, to the intent, to the mission again, and how their programs are supporting our lahui. We are recommending a $15,000 sponsorship. Benefits are listed in the action item.
I'd like to call for motion for action item BF 2505.
Madam Chair.
Do we have? Yes, Trustee Waihe.
Madam Chair, I want to move to approve funding for a whole Akoakoa Lahui event sponsorship for Halekipa's Paina 2025 themed Kukulu Ana Ike Kaya Ulu event on February 22nd, 2025 in the amount of $15,000.
Is there any discussions? This is call for the vote.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa.
Aye.
Trustee Lindsay. Trustee Souza. Trustee Wahe.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo. At this time, we're moving on. Why do we have any testifiers for upcoming action item BF 2506? I think there's a virtual.
Yes, we have one testifier registered. Kule Anuhea Awochan.
It's Kule Anuhe. Are you present? In person. Aloha Kule.
Aloha. Okay, so about Anahea Owochan, I'm the Director of Education and Culture-Based Learning here at OHA, but I'm presenting on action item number 2506, approval of OHA funding for Ho'akuakoa Lahui event to Kanuoka Aina Learning Ohana for the Kanaio Kana 2025 Aloha Aina Leader Awards, also known as A'ala, and the event is on March 3rd of this year in the amount of $10,000. So the A'ala Awards event is a celebration of graduating seniors who are from our Kula Ho'amana, the Hawaiian Focus Charter Schools, the DOE Kula Kaiapuni, and the 3 Kamehameha Schools campuses. So the award recognizes students selected by their individual schools who embody and demonstrate through their actions the principles of Aloha Aina, and they're celebrated for their efforts to awamo their kuleana to support Aina, Kaiaulu, and Lahui. And if the funds are approved, it will help to provide a scholarship award to each student who's attending the event as an honoree. So sponsoring the A'ala Award supports OHA beneficiaries in a number of ways. It supports schools with high Native Hawaiian enrollment. So the award recipients are coming from schools who have high percentages of Kanaka Iwi students. It empowers our student leaders with approximately 20 awards distributed annually at $500 each. The initiative provides financial support to our young students who are excelling as community leaders, cultural leaders, and Aloha Aina. And then it honors young people who embody Aloha Aina. So the recipients are selected by their schools, and the schools get to select their own criteria in alignment with their missions and their visions and alignment to Hawaiian language, Hawaiian culture, and their unique practices. So this provides support for each individual student's personal growth, but it also offers an opportunity for other Haumana coming up to see them as role models in this way that is uniquely Hawaii. And then benefits to OHA, the awards are in alignment with our Mana'i Mauliola education pathways outcome 1.2. So Native Hawaiian student readiness to go into community college and career. And outcome 2.1, adequately resourcing our Hawaiian language and Hawaiian focused charter. And then outcome 2.3, the establishment of a Native Hawaiian charter and Hawaiian language education system. And then in terms of positive benefit to OHA, there's opportunity for inclusion in all the media postings, any of the materials that go out to the award recipients, the reach to our Native Hawaiian communities via all the prints in Kawaiola that go out. And Kanaiokana has a really large social media online reach. So the OHA logo would be present on all the posts regarding the awards. And then if trustees are available, they're welcome to attend the event. And if anybody wanted to speak and are willing, then that's also a possibility. So yeah, questions?
Any questions, trustees? I'd like to ask how, is this a recommendation on behalf of the administration with one of your staff testifying here?
No, so Anu is the, I guess, sponsorship owner because this falls within education outcomes. So she's testifying like on behalf of the organizations. But I believe we also have, do we have another testifier for this one from Kanaiokana? So she was gonna be me actually when it came time to,
We have another testifier,
Yeah.
Manuai Peters.
yeah, so she was gonna be me when it came time to hear from administration.
Testifier?
Hi, aloha kako.
Aloha.
I'm delighted to be here in front of the Budget and Finance Committee of Office of Hawaiian Affairs and our administrators as well for OHA. Mahalo to Anu for representing the ask for this special funds for the Aloha Aina Leader Awards. My name is Manuai Peters, and I'm staff of Kamehameha Schools, who has been one of the main but not sole supporters of this award for these 20 or so Hawaiian focused charter schools, Hawaiian language immersion schools, and Hawaiian focused schools in general. So there's about 21 schools that participate. And I'm mahalo Anu for representing the nature of the award. And just some follow-up details is that this is the 8th year of the Aloha Aina Leader Awards. It was initiated in 2018 and it was created by charter school principals. I think in particular it was Mea Hila Hila Kelling from Kamakau, and then Mahina Paishan Duarte, who at the time was at Kanoka Aina in Waimea. And so this is sort of like our response from these schools, almost like the National Honor Society or a class valedictorian award, but based on Aloha Aina. And so it really calls out the achievements of these Hawaiian focused schools and that the vision of the graduate is Aloha Aina. And so each school gets to nominate that special candidate. It's very hard for them to nominate one senior, but they go through that process and lift that name up, and that person becomes like the emblem and that Hawaii Lona of what that school represents. And so Kamehameha Schools has been the lead supporter of that, and we've had some support in the past from some private funds. In 2022, we received $5,000 from the Dorrance Family Foundation. In the same year, we received $20,000 from the Frost family. And we were able to use those funds for the actual award to the students, as well as providing them with an iPad that year, because most of them graduate from high school without a device. And then we also were able to offer up, because of that extra money, we had micro grants for each of those awardees to do a special project for their school. And so this year, it's the 8th year, 2025, and we intend to honor about 20 to 21. And the request that, if it's given, will go to our fiscal partner, which is Kanu Oka'ina Learning Ohana in Waimea. And they have been with us since 2018. We would normally move Kamehameha money over there to support the award check. But with this special funding from OHA, we would be able to use that to move over to Kanoka Aina for them to disperse the payment to each student, which would range between $400 to $500 per student, depending on how many awardees there are. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain a little bit more about Aloha Aina Leader Awards.
Mahalo nui. Are there any more testifiers or any other questions here?
There
At
are
this
no more
time,
testifiers.
Mahalo. I'd like to call upon our COO, Kehau'u, to discuss our action item BF 2506.
So as I mentioned, I was going to have Anuhea actually speak on my behalf in support of this sponsorship. I think she did a lovely job of outlining it better than I did on all the others. I do want to add one thing. So this sponsorship is also already included as a budget line item per action item 23-17. So in the amount of $10,000. So again, quote unquote legacy sponsorship. So it is already in the education pathways budget, and we strongly support.
Mahalo, Kihawa. I'm going to call for the motion of action item BF 2506. Siwahe.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I'd like to move to approve OHA funding for a Ho'akoakoa Lahui event sponsorship for Kanu'okaina Learning Ohana for the 2025 Kaneo Kana Aloha Aina Leader Awards on May 3rd, 2025 in the amount of $10,000.
Second.
Second, trustee Akaka. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none, I'd like to call for the vote, please.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Chair Lapa.
Aye.
Trustee Lindsay. Trustee Souza. And Trustee Wahe.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Mahalo. At this time, we're on to our last item, number 5, and it's adjournment time. Anything else that we have today? Testifiers, anything else where it should be good? At this time, I'd like to have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Moved by trustee Akaka, seconded by trustee Souza. Roll call, please.
Trustee Akaka.
Aye.
Trustee Akina.
Aye.
Trustee Alapa.
Aye.
Trustee Lindsay. Trustee Souza. Trustee Wahe.
Yes.
Adjourn.
Mahalo, everyone, and we'll see you at our next BNF meeting. I guess we'll be back in about half an hour. PM, sorry.